45% of men are unsatisfied with the size of their penis. So that's potentially 700,000 of you subscribers. So what kind of self-improvement YouTuber would I be if I didn't tackle this issue? We're not afraid here. We talk about whatever. I don't give a shit. So let's get right to it. This is all of the ways that we know of on how to grow your penis. Let's begin. First, a little disclaimer. I urge all of you to do your own research on these methods. A lot of them are not super well researched, so there is risk of injury, and I don't want to be responsible for that. So be careful. Don't push yourself too hard. And if at any time you ever feel any pain, intense discomfort, stop, back off, and reevaluate. So most of these methods I found on the subreddit r-getting bigger. It's a very comprehensive subreddit thread where you can find a ton of info all about how to grow down there. So if you're interested and want to learn more, go check that out. But the first thing that's going to make the most difference may not be what you think. It has nothing to do with your penis itself. The first thing is actually losing weight. You see, you have this fat pad around the base of your junk, and as you contribute fat tissue to this fat pad, it creeps up the shaft of your penis, making it appear smaller. So the first thing that I would do is definitely focus on losing weight, especially if you are overweight or obese, because I think they say something like every 40 pounds you lose, you gain an inch of your penis length. So that's pretty crazy. Definitely something I would be doing if I was overweight. Number two, next thing is manscaping. This is where you clean up the hedges. If you trim the hedges, the tree looks taller, if you know what I'm saying. So trim that shit, baby. I just do it in the shower. I actually do use the little Manscaped trimmer, which has like a built-in safeguard, so you rarely ever will nick yourself. I just go to town on the bush, get rid of it all, and afterwards your tree does look noticeably bigger. So this is something that I recommend for everybody to do. Try it out at least once, and I think you'll like the outcome. Now let's get into the actual meat and bones of this, or I guess there's no bones. Or is it a bone? I don't know, you tell me. And that is this thing called gelking. Now, gelking is this kind of pseudoscience thing similar to, mewing for your jawline. Gelking is the technique of grabbing your penis with one hand at the base and the other hand at the tip and slowly squeezing and pushing your palms together to create pressure within your actual shaft, contributing to expansion of the tissue and the blood vessels and whatnot, so that you're expanding the surface area of your junk, right? If you search on Reddit and YouTube as well, you can come across people who think that they have had insane results from doing this technique for a long period of time. And maybe that's true, but I've also seen a ton of instances of injuries. This is something that I would say to tread very lightly if you try to do. So I actually prefer the safer method, which is called pumping, right? And pumping, you actually need something called a penis pump. And yes, I have one. And thanks to the sponsor of this video over at Bathmate, you can too. How a penis pump works is you put your thang in the pump and it seals against your body, and then you pump out the air, and it basically forces your penis to fill the tube by replacing the air with your penis, right? So it forces it to expand and become swollen. And what this does is it expands the tissue and improves the blood flow within your blood vessels, and can result in improved stamina, better erections, and even more size. Because if you think about it, you're taking what you think is the maximum of your surface area of your junk, and then you're expanding that. But I recommend using the Bathmate Hydro Extreme, because this is the first of its kind. It is a water pump. So instead of sticking your junk in there just with air, you fill this with water and then you put it in. And water is much better because it's a more uniform element rather than air. If you're using just air, like one side of your junk could be pulled harder and you could get misshapen, discoloring, and burst blood vessels and stuff like this. Water is a lot more consistent, so you get even pulling all around. So you just fill it it with water, put your thang in, seal it against your body, and you push it, and that pumps water out of the other end. Or you can attach the actual manual pump and then squeeze the ball and then the water will be forced out that way. It's super important to go really nice and slowly. Take your time, don't force anything, and you use it for up to 5 minutes at a time, no more than 3 times a day for maximum gains. What's also super unique and special about the Bathmate is it's FDA inspected as a medical device, unlike any other pumps out there. So this is by far the safest pump to use. A lot of the other pumps are unregulated. They have no safety guards, and you can injure yourself super easily, and a lot of people have. So I recommend if you're gonna do it right. They have sizes to fit anyone between 1 and 11 inches erect. This one is the 7-inch pump. So after you use it, you'll see immediate gains. I'm telling you, you'll be shocked at how big you look down there. It's probably like 50% bigger than you've ever seen it before. But then those gains will go away and you'll kind of revert back to normal. So it's kind of like getting a pump in the gym. Like you see it, it goes away, but then time after time again, you get those gradual gains. And if you look at the reviews, 75% of Hydro Extreme users reporting size gains of at least an inch over a period of time. So if you're interested, you know how this works. I got a deal, so you guys get a deal too. Click the link in the description, and we got a special deal for just you viewers, but go check it out because I don't know how long that deal is gonna last, but yeah, check it out. Now, as far as actual tools to use, I think this is the most practical and efficient. But there are other things out there like extenders, which you attach to your penis, and then the other part attaches to your leg, and you just wear it for like 8 hours a day. That seems extremely unpractical to me. I wouldn't recommend doing that, and I never will. Or there's weights where people hang weights from their junk to literally force their penis to stretch out. Kind of the same theory as like weighted gauge earrings to stretch out your earlobe or something like that. That seems crazy to me, but you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything else about that. I would recommend just those previous things that I mentioned. But beyond that, there are a few things that you can actually do to supplement your gains, and those come in the form of supplements. One of the most popular is called citrulline, which is a supplement that induces nitric oxide, which is a vasodilator. So that means it increases blood flow, expands the blood vessels all throughout your body. So I recommend taking 2,000 to 5,000 milligrams of citrulline per day. Another one is horny goat weed. I know, funny name, but this is a natural form of a PDE5 inhibitor. So this is like a much milder natural form of Viagra. I recommend considering taking about 1,000 milligrams of horny goat weed per day. And then of course there are artificial PDE5s, like I just mentioned, Cialis and Viagra, which are these much more potent artificial forms of these PDE5 inhibitors. So these are about 80 times stronger than something like horny goat weed. So 5 to 25 milligrams, like a microdose of Viagra, you'll definitely feel a difference down there in the blood circulation, the easiness at which you get erections, and probably the overall strength and size of your erections. And then one more supplement I just learned about is called Tongkat Ali, and I'll be honest, I don't know too much about this, but people have reported an increase in their sexual performance, so maybe look into that as well. I haven't taken that one yet though. But yeah, guys, be careful with all of these things, especially the pump or the jelqing. If you do that, I've used the pump probably 30 times, and you definitely want to be careful. You know, don't push yourself too hard. This is your penis we're talking about. You don't want to break it or injure yourself, all right? If you search on the subreddit, you see a lot of people having injuries that just push it too far. What happened to Icarus? He flew too close to the sun. He burned. So don't be that guy. Be safe, be patient, and you will get results eventually. So that's it, guys. That's how to grow your thang. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe, and until next time, peace.